dawn. I'm awkwardly and self-consciously sitting in my car in a parking lot. I hate filming myself in public. I'm always like, no one look at me. But right now, I am in the parking lot of Office Depot because yesterday I finally got on their website and ordered just a print of my first draft of the network so that I can start doing revisions in August. I don't know why I did it so early. I just was really excited, I think. There's someone walking past. Please don't look at me. Anyways, I'm starting the revisions in August, so it is a little early to be printing it, but I actually wanted it to be printed yesterday because my friend had a game night scheduled for last night, and she lives in Orem, which for those of you who aren't from Utah, Orem is in like central Utah, and I've moved to like northwestern Utah, so it's over an hour away from my house. So I thought, oh, this is great, you know, I'll go to my friend's game night, I'll order my book to the Orem Office Depot and it'll work out super great. But then once I ordered it, I thought I had ordered it in time, but apparently I was too slow. But I got a notification from Office Depot that it wouldn't be ready till today, which is Saturday. So I was kind of disappointed, and I decided not to go to my friend's game night because I didn't want to drive to Orem 2 days in a row because, like I said, it's over an hour, so kind of a drive. But I am here in Orem now, which feels so silly to come here just for my book. But that's just how it happened. And then while I'm here, I'm gonna just have a little me time. I'm gonna go to Target because for some reason all women love Target, and we can't explain it, but we do. So I'm gonna go to Target, spend a little time, and then head back up to Tooele County, which, like I said, northwestern Utah. I don't know if you guys care about that geography, but there it is. Enjoy it. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna go in and get my manuscript, and then I'll show it to you guys, talk about my plans, I guess, for the rest of the month, because they've changed slightly because I'm a shenaniganizer or whatever. Also, I'm behind on my hour count now since I finished my draft, just because my brain has been all over the place, but whatever, I'm rolling with it. Sorry, I keep looking at myself instead of at the camera, so I'm sure that's annoying you guys. But anyways, gonna head in right now, you know, hold a printed version of my book, which is gonna be awesome. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry if you guys are at a weird angle, but that's what I'm working with. I had to like prop you up. I've got one of those tripods that has like the scrunchy, like bendable legs on it, so not really car friendly, but we're making it work. So I just got out of Office Depot, and look how beautiful it is. I got it spiral bound because I thought it would hold up a little better than, I forget what the other binding is called, but you know, where it's the black binding that's kind of plastic. It's got like a solid piece there and then like little thin plastic pieces that go down. So I thought this would hold up a little better. It is 224 pages, but it's double spaced, you know, got plenty of room and everything, so I wasn't too worried about, you know, having a lot of pages taken up. The only thing, I don't know why it ended up like this when I compiled it in Scrivener, but there's a couple like blank pages just thrown in, but that's okay. I'll have room to make notes, so not mad about that. I just remember, so if I can find the video, I'll put a link in here. There's people walking past again. I'm gonna awkwardly reach for my purse so I don't look totally crazy. And they're old people too, so they don't understand. Anyways, the video I was mentioning. So Railee Bradshaw did a great video on her channel. I think it was back in like January or February, where she went and did the same thing, printed off her finished draft of Untamable, I think from Office Depot as well. But she talked about how hard it was to get it shortened because her first draft was super long. I think it was like 120,000 words or something, just super crazy. So she had to, like, you know, shorten or make the margins really small. I think she didn't have it double spaced or something, I can't remember, but just so that she had as few pages as possible. So I really didn't have that problem. I didn't worry about that because I think the finishing word count for this draft was like 70,000 words. So not too bad, but I'm super, super excited. It feels so weird to just physically hold it and look at it and everything. Also, I suck at using Scrivener because it took me like 10 different tries to compile it, and I kept doing it wrong. Like, I learned how to do it now, so I'm not terrible, but it kept putting chapter 1 in all caps, and then it would put chapter 1 underneath it, and it did that for every chapter, so like chapter 2 twice, you know, and it was just really weird, and I didn't want that printed, so I just ended up going and removing all the chapter headings. So there's no chapter headings, which that's not really a big deal because that's going to change around anyways, but apparently I'm incompetent because I had to look up a tutorial on how to basically format chapter headings and titles when you go to compile your manuscript on Scrivener. I used to think I was good with computers, but apparently not. Apparently not. They're not, you know, different programs and stuff just aren't clicking for me as easily as they used to. I think I'm getting old. Okay, I'm feeling really good. I'm in a good mood. I'm excited to go run to Target real quick right now. I guess before I go to Target, I'll just quickly talk about what I'm gonna do for the rest of the month, which is hard because I don't really know. So originally when I first finished this draft, I knew I was gonna have to just jump back into another project, start a new project, whatever. So I thought I'll jump into a project that I started last year, which the gist of it is that basically it's the story of Army basic training, but through the eyes of a drill sergeant. So I was really excited to jump back in. I remember it was fun to write when I was doing it last year. And as I was rereading the draft, I realized that my main character should not be a man, because I kind of was going through his thoughts, his actions, the way he says things, and I'm like, no, this doesn't feel right. As I was thinking about the character, I kept imagining them as a female instead of a male. And then additionally, the antagonist of the story is female, and the rivalry they have throughout the story, I feel like, is so much more of a natural female rivalry than it is a rivalry between a male and a female, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure if I really want to dive into something that complicated this month, so I might just hold off on that project for now, since looking at it and realizing it's gonna have to be reworked to be female instead of male. My other option was I had kind of a speculative, I speak English, fiction slash post-apocalyptic book that I kind of wanted to start, but I haven't done a ton of outlining with it yet. So I'm either going to just jump in and do little scenes from it, or I'm going to jump in and do an actual outline or whatever. But I'm just not sure, because whenever I think about sitting down and doing writing, at the moment, I am still thinking about the network, and I'm thinking about the sequel to the second book of the trilogy. So I'm just not sure if I'm in the writing headspace to switch gears at the moment, which kind of sucks. So I think when I get home after doing all my shenanigans today, I'll maybe open up my world building Bible that I started for this trilogy and start working on that. Maybe do some character sketches. I did a few days ago, I wrote basically the outline of Finnegan's life story, so I'm thinking maybe I should do that for Stas and Fedya as well, which might help. But I feel like working on this project, even though I don't feel like I should dive into revisions yet. So possibly for the rest of the month, I'm actually going to be doing more stuff with the network, with the trilogy as a whole, with the world as a whole, just getting ready to really get into revisions in August. Because honestly, and maybe this isn't a realistic goal, I would love to be able to send out the network to beta readers next year, probably in the spring sometime. So if I'm serious about doing that, I think, you know, I really need to move forward with this project. So I guess that's it concerning what I may or may not be doing for the rest of the month. Sorry, I'm kind of spazzy. That's just how I am. And plus, for me, Camp NaNoWriMo is so much more relaxed and personalized than National Novel Writing Month in November. So I'm not that concerned with hitting my goal or whatever. I'm still going to try, but I'm not going to be super upset if I don't. So anyways, I'm going to head to Target right now. Have a grand old time, maybe film a little bit inside there. We'll see if I'm not too embarrassed. But anyways, catch you guys in just a little bit. Hey guys, it's me again, Dawn. Hey, how's it going? So I was going over my footage from vlogging yesterday, Saturday, and realized I never made an outro because I'm great. So you guys get to experience me looking like a hot mess with, I think I've got like mascara on my lower eyelids and looking real fresh right now, you know? But I wanted to just show you guys my world building Bible binder that I have, which is what I'm going to be working on for the rest of the month. I am behind on my hours, but I think I mentioned it earlier in the video. I don't really care because I'm just excited that I finished this draft of the network. So I'm going to turn the camera around and just show you guys my binder, like how it's divided out and all that kind of jazz. Okay, let's move. As you can see, the writing area is also where my daughter scatters all her toys. So that's pretty great. Here's my beautiful draft. I love it so much. We'll set it aside so we can take a look at this world building, story building Bible. Rebecca Rodriguez told me to decorate it with stickers, and I haven't yet, so it's very ugly. I'm sorry, Rebecca. I've disappointed you. So here's kind of the breakdown of the story building Bible. In this first section, I'm currently working on an outline for the entire trilogy, and then I have a section for each of the 3 books. I guess you guys get a sneak peek at all 3 titles. So of course the network is the one that I've finished. Then the council is the 2nd book, and the guild is the 3rd book. And then I've got sections for characters, so protagonists, antagonists, other important characters. These 2 sections are probably what I'm going to be working on the most this month. Hey Banks, welcome. You such a good kitty. Right now we have a cardboard box for her toys. So we want to get like a cute storage box, but I haven't found one I like yet. I guess Binks is going to hang out with us. Anyways, sorry. So these 2 sections are what I'm going to be working on mostly for the rest of the month, because I really want to establish what history, lore, and aspects of the magic system are necessary to introduce in the first book, because I feel like the first book is most important as far as those 2 aspects, just because it sets up all of those things for the rest of the trilogy and for any related books that might come after. So I'm going to be putting a lot of work into those 2 sections. Groups and factions, I don't know if I'll touch on that too much, but it's related to the titles of the books, because each book is focused on one of the 3 main characters, but then also additionally focused on a group. So like the first book is focused on a group called the Network, which is the name of like the faction of the Russian mafia that I've made up for the trilogy. And then the council and the guild are different groups. The council is basically the government of the magical world. You get introduced to them in the first book, so I guess it's not really any spoilery thing. And then the guild, which you also meet in the first book, is basically the vampire hunting guild that Finnegan is a part of. So each book will focus on one character and one group. So first book is Stanislav and the Network, and then second book is Fedya and the council, and then Finnegan and the guild. So anyways, the last section, which honestly I just kind of threw in, is creatures, but they're not that important to my magical world right now. They might become more important, but they're just not the focus. That's not really a huge important part of my lore. So anyways, like I said, oh my gosh, my husband is playing Dark Souls downstairs and is quite loud, so I'm going to wrap up this video. Anyways, these 2 sections are what I'm going to focus on for the rest of camp, and then on August 1st, I'm going to dive into the network. I'm sure you guys are really enjoying listening to Dark Souls. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for coming to my channel and all that jazz. Have an amazing week and good luck with your continued participation in camp, and happy writing. Bye.